Dr. Souvik Chatterjee from Mathswork and Internet of Things by Dr. Renuka Prasad, RBC, Bangalore, etc. So I hope this program surely benefited the participants and will help them to explore these topics more deeply. I am thankful to the organizers for organizing such knowledgeable program. Thank you all for joining this program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dinesh Kumarji, to shower his blessings. Professor Dinesh Kumarji is the recipient of Homi J. Baba Gold Medal Award, which was given by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. He has also been awarded with the title of Rank Bandhu Shiksha Shromani Samman by Rank Bandhu Sahitya Academy and is also awarded with the title of Most Eminent Vice Chancellor by All India Council of Human Resource. He has obtained his master's and PhD degree from Cambridge University and has published numerous research papers. Under his leadership, the university has reached new heights like A-grade accreditation by NAC and NBA accreditation of various courses, and recently under NIRF ranking, our institution has been ranked below 120 in the engineering category and below 100 or even below 80 in management category. Thank you. So I invite again Professor Dinesh Kumarji to please shower his blessings. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to congratulate the Department of Mechanical Engineering Chairperson Dr. Rajkumar and his team for successful organization of this 6 days, almost a week long FDP program, which has been supported by AICTE. And the theme of this program is quite, I think, important. Important in the sense is the need of the hour, because when we are talking about manufacturing and Atmanirbhar Bharat, we need to make sure that our young generation is taught the latest technology and the latest of CNC machines and robotics. All of us know that robotics have become very important in different ways. In fact, now as you were talking about IoT-based devices or your Industry 5.0, Industry 4.0 is gone. Now we started talking about Industry 5.0. The role of artificial intelligence and machine learning will also be coupled with your knowledge of mechanical engineering in the area of robotics, of course. Nowadays when we learn that cars which will be driven automatically are going to launch or are going to be launched in the market, there is a lot which will involve your all knowledge of robotics, CNC machine, AI, machine learning, and things like that. So I think I'm very happy that you have done it very professionally this time, because I have come to know that AICTE has put a cap that you cannot allow any number of participants to attend this kind of course. What AICTE wants, that there has to be a maximum number, 40 or 50 number, above which you cannot go. So that speaks about the quality. Your AICTE wants that the persons or the faculty members or students, whosoever is attending this kind of program, they should be properly trained. And if you have a large number, then proper training may not be possible. So this kind of restrictions which AICTE is imposing, I think is also very important in terms of increasing the quality of the program. So now what I can say, as Dr. Rajkumar was speaking, that they have invited experts from IIT Roorkee, IIT Guwahati, and many more top organizations of the country who have delivered their lectures, who have delivered their talks in this particular FDP. I think this speaks really volume that this program has been properly handled and properly, thought of. And I'm very happy that organizers have done this job very successfully. Now, my only worry is, you see, because of online organization of this program, there are many things which these participants might have missed, especially your experimental part, especially when you can sit on the laboratory, you can actually handle the robot yourself, when you can write the code yourself, and you can make the robot to work according to your requirement. That part has been somehow might have been missed. And I will request to the chairman of the department that whenever situation improves, try to do 1 or 2 days training of all these participants, where they can really get a practical hand-on experience on of working on robots. What I will suggest, because we have got today Chief Guest Pradeep Soran, who is GM KUKA India. What I will suggest, please take help of our experts who are in touch with us, or with whom we are in touch, so that we can take actually their help and can spread the robotics education among the masses. I know many of the industries here in Faridabad who are actually using robots in large number. I can see JCB, I can see a lot of companies working in the area of metal sheet. They actually use these robots to handle different kind of jobs. They have robots starting from a small size robot to very, very big robots. So that means a large number of variety of robots are already available in those industries. So what I will request to Dr. Rajkumar and his team, that please somehow make arrangements where faculty members can actually visit the industry, can actually see that how robots are working on the shop floor. If you see actually the robots working on the shop floor and how they are actually being trained and used, I think that also is a very important thing, and our faculty members should get hold of that also. Other thing is that if some of the mechanical engineers, they can learn some of the important things about IoT and AI, I think that will be like सोने पर सुहागा जैसी चीज होगी कि आपके हाथ में रोबोट भी होगा और आपके हाथ में कंट्रोल करने के लिए इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स भी होगी और आपके हाथ में कंप्यूटर का जो पावरफुल जो टूल है वो भी आपके हाथ में होगा. Then that will really be something which world is looking for in times to come, especially in Industry 5.0. These things have become very important, and nowadays there is a lot of development in this area, and that's why we need to also rush fast in order to learn these things. Otherwise, we will be left behind. So I would like to request Dr. Rajkumar that please, okay, this is one good thing you have done, but we have got our own laboratory in the department, which we have set up in last few years. So try to upgrade that laboratory also, and try to include your artificial intelligence and machine learning part, and then try to teach students and faculty members all these things. So, and make a part of the curriculum, and then it will really be something very interesting which no one around will be doing, and you will be going little ahead of others. Because now what we are doing, we are almost following others, or others are following us. Basically, we are almost equal. But in order to go little ahead, we need to take help of KUKA maybe. So we have got Pradeep Soran with us. We have got Mr. What's his name, Dr. Rajkumar, our own alumni.
Raj Bhatia sir is there. Naveen Sood.
No, our alumni who is actually working KUKA.
Okay, Raj Singh Rathi ji.
Yes. So take help of all these people and try to get a good contact with KUKA and other people working in this area, and then let us make it the best laboratory in this area. Because I know we have set up the laboratory, but there are still some of the issues, and I will request to Dr. Sanjeev also that, whenever we go to his laboratory, somehow he tries to demonstrate many things, but he's not able to complete all the jobs. So what I will request that please make sure that your laboratory is actually working, and not only working in a local mode, but you should also control these robots and these things with the help of IoT kind of thing. So if you can do that, if you can demonstrate that, I think that will be a very interesting thing. So with these words, again, I would like to congratulate the organizers and Dr. Rajkumar in his leadership, in his mentorship. The whole program has been completed successfully. But yes, what I will request that because you have the potential to carry these things further, I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm speaking to the oldest department of this university, where we have got 7 to 8 full professors, where we have got very highly qualified faculty members, that they should come out with some of the ideas, and they should also use these facilities for providing some consultancy, because I think university is looking at you, or university is depending on you in many ways, where we need your contribution for the development of the university. So with these words, I would like to express my thanks to the organizers who invited me here. And I would like to welcome Mr. Pradeep Soran, who has come, from, who is working as a GM in KUKA, that he has come and has spared time out of his busy schedule to interact with all faculty, all the people, all the participants who attended this 6 days program. So I would like to, I think, stop here. But yes, thank you very much. Namaskar, Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivational words and your great vision about the faculty being trained on the real environment in the industry. I hope we all will be looking forward to this. And I have also noted down your aspiration to develop further robotic lab through the means something predictive environment by using IoT and artificial intelligence. Definitely we'll be following this, sir, in the coming time, and we'll be producing a result before you. Thank you very much, sir, again for your valuable time and motivating us always. With that, now I invite our chief guest, Shri Pradeep Soranji, GM Sales and Marketing, KUKA India Private Limited, to address the gathering. Shri Pradeep Soranji is a General Manager, Sales and Marketing of KUKA Private Limited. He has more than 20 years of experience in the field of sales, product placement, brand promotion, strategy planning, marketing, and management. He is associated with KUKA Germany since 2007 to develop Indian market. He is responsible for KUKA business development activities in India, including SAARC and Middle East Gulf countries. Mr. Pradeep Soran is MBA in Marketing and BSc from Delhi University. Sir, we are looking forward to your address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev ji, for inviting me. And I'd like to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Dinesh Kumar, the Chairman of Mechanical Engineering, Professor Rajkumar, to invite me and give me time to address this gathering. And I'd like to also congratulate the participant who has done this course over the period of time in advances in manufacturing, in CNC and robotics. So today I would like to give you a brief idea, because I belong to an industry background where I come from a robotics background, working in this industry for around more than 13 years. I would like to give you some facts, figures to get a broad idea about how this industry is working globally and what we are in India, how we are doing in India, what are the key application, product, technology, just a brief overview to have an idea about how the industry is going. And in the end, I would like to conclude with the industry and academia partnership that we have globally and also in India. So to give you a glimpse about the robotics market, what exactly is the robot numbers that are sold in India or globally, we have a federation globally called International Federation for Robotics. So that is responsible of having the data, numbers and all. So in 2019, if you talk, 380,900 robots were sold globally. So these are the units. In this units, 2,43,900 were approximately articulated robots. So primarily we belong to a division where we sell mostly the articulated robots in the market. And if we talk about the global growth in last 4 years from 2016 to 19, we can say the CAGR growth is around 18% globally for the robotics market. And the biggest markets in the world where the robots are sold or used, consumed are China at number 1, followed by Japan, Korea, USA, and Germany. And India stands currently in 2019 at 9th number in terms of using the robots. And we have seen over the past years that it is growing in terms of usage of robot. We used to stand around 18th, 20th a few years back. Now the usage has increased and we are now coming in top 10 countries where the robots are used for manufacturing industry. But still we have a big manufacturing industry where lot of automation with robots or without robots could still be done, and we definitely look forward and we see that's a big positive thing that will come, and we'll see this in coming future. If I talk about Indian market specifically, there are around 4,300 robots were sold in 2019, out of which 3,634 were articulated robots. And if you talk about the growth, CAGR in the market was around 20% for the Indian market. Comparatively, it is more than the world market, comparing for the last 4 years. And what are the biggest application in Indian market is the automotive industry is the biggest user for the robots. We all know that all the automotive industry and their tier supplier, they are mostly using the robots traditionally. But right now we can say still the market is more balanced. Automotive industry is still using around 55 to 60% of robots that are coming, and the rest are used by other industries. And if you talk about the key application for the Indian market, the major application that we see in the Indian market is for welding. In welding, if you talk about spot welding, MIG welding, laser, these are a typical welding application where most of the robots are used in the industry. Apart from this, then we have handling application or material handling machining application where most of the robots are used. So if you talk about this, around 70 to 80% applications are belonging to this category. If I jump to the, there's a manufacturing density of the robots. If you see globally, the average in the manufacturing industry, the robots, if you say globally, are around 70 robots per 10,000 employees. And if we talk about the Indian market, how big is it? We are on an average 4 robots for 10,000 employees. And if we further break down into the automotive industry and other industry, automotive industry is, we all know, is highly automized compared to the other industry. So we have around 99 robots per 10,000 employees compared to just 2 robots per 10,000 employees in all other industries that are not in the automotive industry category. So here we see a big potential where we can tap and where we can realize this kind of market in the coming years. So all of us need to work together to spread this awareness, how robots could be used in a better way and how it could improve our productivity, our quality, our export to the global market. So if I go to the second topic about the products and the technologies, what we are seeing in the world now, every year we see a change in technologies, new and new products are coming in the market, and there is a lot of development on the robots itself. If we see the robot as a technology, so robot has also developed a lot. If we say the first robot was developed around 1975 by KUKA itself, and now we are in 2020. So if we compare this long journey, there are a lot of things, a lot of development has happened in this around 50 years ago. Robots are becoming now more and more flexible in terms. The robots is a programmable tool, we all know. We can program it and use it for different applications. Programming of the robot that used to be very sophisticated years ago, now it is becoming more and more user-friendly. So most of the people would able to have, you can say, programming knowledge or able to program the robot if they are given a set of training. Now capable of integrating with the machines. Firstly, the robot used to be a standalone cell or robots. Now it is not so. They are more and more integrating with machines and solutions that we see in the shop floor. Robots are now becoming more and more safer. So safety is a big concern when robots are used in the shop floor. We all know, we have heard, seen a lot of accidents happening in the shop floor in the past years, even in India and abroad. So these technologies are now becoming more and more safer, more and more faster compared to the pre-generation. The robot is becoming more accurate, more energy efficient, more lighter, more compact. So all these technological advances we are seeing in the years, and this is going to help us as an industry user or from the academia point of view, where we can use these kind of machines in our processes. If we talk about the new technologies, new trends, there are a lot of it that are now going on happening every year, every time. A lot of people are coming out developing these kind of program now. Everyone focuses on Industry 4.0, where we have integrated manufacturing system, a flexible solution system where the machines are integrated. Everyone can see the data, the real-time monitoring of the machines. So the robots are also capable of Industry 4.0. The robots that we are supplying or that are available mostly in the market are compliant with Industry 4.0 standard. The another technology is what we see apart from the standard industrial robots now is the cobot or the collaborative robots that are even more safer or even more, you can say, safe to work with human being directly without fencing. So this is a big development that has happened in last years, where robot could work with a human being on the same workpiece, making it more safer and more usable in terms of application, where robots would not be used in the past with traditional robots. Like for example, an assembling operation. Any kind of assembling operation is a very tedious job, and mostly it is manual operation. So these kind of things could be handled in future or are getting handled with cobots nowadays. Next, you can say future technology or people are working right now, even our company is working on it. We have products already in this sector is mobile robots. So where robot is not fixed to a shop floor or at a place and it cannot move. Now robot could be mounted on a platform and this platform can move around and do the job. So this also we'll see in coming years, it will be becoming more and more adapted in the Indian industries, where we'll be using different kind of mobile robots, platforms, where the robot is moving around and doing the job. One more technology that I want to share is with, for example, CNC machines are a very common machines nowadays used traditionally since many years in the shop floor. Now robots could be integrated with the CNC machine, and robot could also be programmed directly by the CNC machine itself. You do not need to program it even with the robot program teach pendant. So these are the technologies that are coming and are advancing in the coming future. We already have these kind of products where we can sell these kind of technology to the manufacturing industry. Last topic what I want to touch upon, because most of the people are from academia, and even this platform where we are discussing through YMCA, our managing director is also an ex-YMCA alumni. And we already have our training cell already in the lab of Dr. Sanjeev Goyal. So we believe in a tight cooperation between the academia and the industry. And we have been saying this for quite a long time. And this is the reason that we are able to have a lot of cooperation with different IITs, NITs across India. And we now have presence in more than 100 universities and colleges, engineering colleges, where we have the robots as a training facility to train the students on different technologies. So we believe that academia can bridge the gap between the technology supplier and the industry. So we believe that academia has a crucial role to play in the coming time. So industria and academia can work together, and we can provide industry the ready workforce for tomorrow. So this is one very, you can say, bottleneck where our customers that are using the robots or anybody who's using a robot wants a trained workforce, and that is not really available readily. So industry can really play, academia can really play a key role in developing this kind of workforce where they work directly on the machines or on the products that are used in the industry right now. So this would help the industry to get the workforce, and it will help academia in the sense that they are able to teach the students on the latest technology that is going around. Academia can provide the platform for real R&D to the students, definitely with this kind of equipment that is latest and that is used in the industry, a lot of R&D can be done. Even with the equipment that we have provided, IITs have done a lot of, you can say, application prove out for number of government customers and private customers. If we talk about industry-specific projects could be executed through academia industry collaboration. So if we have these kind of equipment present in the academia, in their shop floor, in their labs, definitely these kind of projects. Industry is also looking for different applications that are not proved out. Somebody need to invest time and prove out these kind of application where academia can really play a key role. While they have their students, they can dedicate on these projects where they can develop a solution for the academy. And this kind of model is really prevalent in Europe and US, and the students that are really working on real time, and you can say the application or requirement from the industry directly. So we can develop together customized solution for the local industry. So students can work on technology which are relevant as on today in the industry. So student also get a platform to work on the real industry requirement or specific requirement. So these are few things that I want to emphasize is on so that most of the people who are on this platform today are related to academia. Maybe when they go back to their respective institute, to their respective university, they can also think of to setting up this kind of labs so that it could in an overall way help the manufacturing industry, the academia as an industry, and we can have a greater collaboration together. So with these words, I would like to finish off and like to thank you for giving me an opportunity to join here. Thank you, Sanjeev.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge about the statistics of robotics in India, and also motivating us for having an interaction with the industry, for bringing more consultancy and more knowledgeable trainings for the students. Once again, thank you very much, sir. Now we have two participants have approached us for their kind feedback. Now I request Dr. Sudhir Patil, who is he's a professor in College of Engineering, Pune, for a feedback for this program. Dr. Sudhir Patil. Dr. Sudhir Patil, is he available? All right, I move to the next participant who has approached us is Dr. Reshu Sharma, who is an AP in Aravali College. I request him to come forward for the feedback of the program.
Good afternoon to all. Hello everyone. This side Reshu Sharma, Assistant Professor, Aravali College of Engineering and Management, Faridabad. First of all, I would like to thank the entire JC Bose University of Science and Technology YMCA team for successfully organizing and completing this short-term training program on advances in manufacturing technology, CNC and robotics. The best part of this FDP is the eminent speakers we are interacting with, like Professor Indradeep Singh, Professor Sandeep Grover sir, Sohaib sir, Tilak sir, Renuka Prasad sir with live demonstrations, the excellent part of this session. Rajiv Saha sir, Professor Vikas Rastogi sir, and the Sanjeev Goyal sir, and all others